Oh, hello. We thank you for watching this tutorial. I have Missy Ferguson from Blue Cross Blue Shield of South Carolina. She's going to spend a little bit of time with us talking about an issue that I, some of you probably are aware of it. It's just you find out about it, I think, a little too late, and that is getting a policy to effectuate. There's, I would say, a larger percentage than we probably would like of policies that actually are written but never effectuate, meaning the first month's premium is never paid, and it's simply because agents, we don't go back and look and see, and we want to make sure we're handling this today to show you how you actually do this, how you can go check your book of business. Maybe you didn't even know that you could do this. Go look at your book of business, see who had actually paid the premium, who hadn't paid the premium, and be able to get involved with this to make sure not only that your clients are paid, that's an important part of it, probably the most important part, but also that you get paid for the work that you did. So with that, I'm going to turn the floor over to Missy Ferguson from Blue Cross Blue Shield of South Carolina.
Thanks, Roy. Today I'm going to go over a tool that we've had for a couple of years, but it really didn't have any significant enhancements that could help you track to see if your policies had effectuated or if your clients have gone delinquent. And we've added some different fields within this system which help you keep your clients on your book of business, because while we all do this to help people with their insurance, we also like to earn a living doing it. So make a note, if you've never been out to our BASIS site before, here is the site right here, the https:// client.5wstrategist.com/basis. And in just a few minutes, I'll physically log into my account so you can see how that process works. This is just a brief presentation of what all you're going to see inside of BASIS, but this is what the login screen looks like if you go to that address. Then the BASIS website tool, it displays both your Blue Essentials plans and your Blue Option plans. Each agent or agency can access only those data records which they are authorized to see. So you would only be able to see your book of business. You wouldn't be able to see other members, and we all know due to HIPAA, that's the way the system has to be set up. Again, here's the website address. Agents and agencies' email addresses is their account username. The initial password for everyone, a lot of people have already set this up, but the initial password for everyone is blue@basis1. I want to make a note, when you're using your email address, you do have to have one uppercase letter for it to allow you to log into the system. So the first character in your email address you should capitalize. Once you are initially logging in, if say it's your first time, you can go over here and you can pull, click on your email address right here. You can click there and edit your information, and you can change your password. Please note, however, that your password will have to contain up to 8 characters with multi-letters and one symbol and a number. If you have any difficulty logging into the BASIS program, you can contact your marketing representative, and they'll be more than happy to help update your username and password if that needs to be updated. Again, as I just said, the new passwords need to be at least 8 characters, 1 capital letter, 1 symbol, and 1 number. Like our FFM passwords, these passwords do expire, so please note every 90 days you will have to reset your password. When you go into the system, and I'll show you this from my profile, you can view your Blue Choice applicants, you can view your Blue Cross Blue Shield applicants, both your private applications and your federal applications. If you have an agency admin in your office that you need to have set up for BASIS, please, again, contact your marketing representative, and they'll be happy to help you. Sales data is being sent to 5W Strategist 5 times a week. This data will be uploaded to the BASIS system within a 24 hours feed. However, if it's a new sale, please allow a minimum of 5 days for that sale to appear on the report. The data you see in BASIS comes from our daily membership report, and as I said, that can take up to 5 days to show a new sale on your report. If you believe that your data is incorrect or missing, it's not a BASIS issue, it's a membership issue. So you would need to contact our membership area to research the application in question. And you can call the agent call center at this number listed here, the 1-800-264-1515, or your marketing representative will be happy to assist as well. You can see if a policy for a new member has been effectuated. You can verify if the current member is paying their recurring premiums by looking at the last two columns. There's a new feature that we're happy to announce in BASIS for our agents, that they can see what their members' current balance due is in the column. So, and I'll show you an example of that in just a little bit. But all of these have been added features in the BASIS tool. Again, here, another new feature of BASIS that agents ask for is to show the SEP business. In times past, we did not list the SEP clients. We have since changed that. We will also include those that you enrolled via SEP or those that you even had written before that have fallen off the books. They too will now show in BASIS. The BASIS tool gives you the opportunity to contact Blue Choice or Blue Cross members if they are past due, or it also gives you the tool to approach your members who are approaching Medicare age. Often, too many times, agents don't pay attention to one of their individual clients turning 65, and then they then lose that member. And it's important to maintain Medicare business because those policies stay on the books for an average of 13 years. On the first Monday of every month, a revised file will be posted in BASIS, adding new 63-year-old members and removing those turning age 66. So every month, the first Monday of every month, your Medicare supplement data is being updated. When you do a search under your agent code, you will see any active member you wrote that reside in South Carolina between the age of 33 and 65. This comes from all books of business. It will come from your group business. It will come from your individual business. It will come to let you know that you have a member approaching Medicare age. That's the end of the slideshow that gives you the brief tutorial of what all BASIS has and what all you can do with BASIS. Now I'm going to go out to the BASIS webpage, and again, this is the client.5wstrategist.com/BASIS. I then will go here and let me log in. Most of you know my email, so that's not private. Once I log into BASIS, I have a little bit more access than you guys do because I'm considered an admin for BASIS. That's why I mentioned earlier that you can contact your marketing representative if you have any issues with logging in to BASIS. If you forget your password, if for some reason you're putting in the credentials you had set and you just still can't get in, your marketing rep can go in and update that for you. But here you can see if you want to go in and change your password, like I mentioned earlier, you would click on your email address. And right here, it populates name, first, last name, email address, and then it gives you the parameters for which you need to set your new password. You would then save that, and that would be what you would use next time you log into the BASIS tool. Here, you can view your, and I'm not going to open these windows because I can see all of the Blue Choice applicants and the Blue Cross applicants. But here you can view your Blue Choice applicants, view your Blue Cross applicants. You can view the Medicare supplement prospects that we mentioned earlier, so you don't lose that business for those members in your block that are turning 65. Right here is a sample shot, and I removed the names, due to HIPAA for who these policies were. But as you can see, it gives mailing address, street address, phone number, effective date, term date if it terms, coverage, gender, date of birth, all of that, those fields. It also gives you what each member's APTC amount is. It gives you what the member, let me expand this file. It gives you what the member responsibility is. So this person gets a $329.83 APTC tax credit. The member responsibility after that is $1.90. This member has effectuated, it does say that it's effectuated policy, and the date that they effectuated, it lists that as well. It shows you whether they are check or credit card or set up on draft. It tells you the due date of their bill, and I took this snapshot a while ago, so that's why these are existing clients that have current policies, and they had a due date of 12/1/2017. It also has an account paid to date. And another column that you really do want to pay attention to is this delinquency field. This file right here, the days delinquent, as you know, if someone begins to fall into delinquency and they are a federal marketplace member, they're not the private, they must become current with their premiums, completely current within 90 days. Again, completely current. All back premiums have to be paid within that 90 days. So you need to pay attention to these numbers on the end. If they're on the private,
in that case, that client would have to have paid, if they were 90 days, they would have had to pay, I think it says $5.13 times 3.
Correct.
To become completely completely current again.
Correct.
So they do have a little time from the time you take the policy, if it's not effectuated. 90 days is a long time. It gives you, as the agent, plenty enough time, I think, to look at this data and be able to tell policies that are in danger, and gives you time to act, to do something about it, to see if you can save them and keep them on the books.
Right. And this is just a little side note. In basis, if you pick up, upload applicants. Oops. Let me go home. I clicked the wrong one. If you go to, say, for instance, view Blue Choice Health Plan applicants, you can take that file that you have and you can convert it into an Excel spreadsheet, which will then make your list even more easily to navigate through. You can, it even gives you birth dates that you could use in your database to, if you're an agent that likes to send out birthday cards, you can do that from this database. I mean, it gives you tons of information that is helpful for you to maintain a relationship, as well as make sure that those members stay on the books, because you can see if that client is going delinquent, if they've paid their premium, if they've effectuated.
Just be a side note, guys, how stuff is today with HIPAA and privacy is, you got a lot of people's information there, so you need to make sure if you do download it, that you keep it in a safe place. You don't need to store it on your desktop someplace. You need to make sure that it's in an area where it's not accessible if someone else is on your computer. Actually, if you're going to do this, I don't think you should do it on a computer that's say, a family computer or something that everybody can get on. You need to make sure that you're doing your due diligence to safeguard this data.
Yes, definitely. I have gone over what the information that is in basis. Are there any can you think of any questions, Roy, that I may not have
Well, you
covered?
mentioned earlier before about a policy that had had at least I'm going to be able to see for the 90-day period. Maybe talk about what happens beyond the 90-day period. If we're trying to go back, we'll always be able to see those clients on there for when do they drop
That
off?
that is new for this year. We originally it used to, once they fell off after the 90 days, then they would fall off of your block so you could no longer view them anymore, so they wouldn't be in there. We have since updated that with basis, and those members that do fall off, it will show that they are delinquent. It will show that they are canceled, but they will remain on the report. Therefore, you have leads or former customers that you can reach out to and try to enroll them next open enrollment. So they
Okay.
will remain in your basis file. And it will say, and let me scroll down, and I may not have it over here. It says plan name. Once you pull up this file right here, and it'll have listed, it will have whether it's an SEP plan, it will have whether it's an FFM plan, it will have whether it's a private plan, and it will also list if it's canceled. So all of that will be listed within the plan name. And I can't, show these plan names due to HIPAA reasons, but
Sure.
all of that, SEPs, the FFM, private, or canceled, will be listed under plan name.
Okay. Well, I think that's guys. Like I said, the purpose of this was to really kind of give you a tool to use, because I'm not sure how many of you guys even are aware of basis, or maybe you're aware of basis, but you're not sure of all the functionality that's there. So we wanted to spend a little time just to kind of go over this and show you briefly some of the things that it can do. Obviously, this is not everything it can do. I think Missy has given you guys a lot of different things to look at as far as looking at clients that are aging into possibly a Medicare supplement policy. That's a good thing to use for this. The most important thing I believe right now, as far as in this, right after say AEP, is to make sure that column that you see there that says effectuated or not effectuated, because this is what really affects all of us, because none of us like to do all the work that we do to try to go out and write business, and then it's a shame if you didn't have a $1.80 premium paid to make sure that a simple phone call could have done that.
Because Roy, last year we actually had a member that canceled for delinquency, and her premium was only 52 cents. So this is why it is. Granted, we're busy during open enrollment, but it's very important to monitor these lists throughout the year so you keep your clients on the books.
Absolutely. And this is an easy. You don't. I mean, I've seen other tools that you've had to go, and it it may be some agents probably think this way, because a lot of times, once an agent writes the policy, we're kind of out of the picture. Carriers don't tell us, oh yeah, they've missed their premium or they paid their premium. When we find out is once the policy has canceled. But Blue Cross has given us a tool that we can use to go in and actually see, when policies are in danger or already passed, or getting close to lapsing past that 90-day period. So guys, please, take advantage of this. Go in, and it's your book of business, so don't let, it's a shame that if you go out and you do all the work to do it, and like I said, lose it over, a 52-cent premium. That's just crazy. That makes no sense. So hopefully you guys can use this information, and you can always call the office here. I know Missy, you probably got her contact information as well. You saw her email. I'm sure most of you guys probably already have it. And don't just sit there. If we can't help, I mean, somewhere's in here there's some help for you to be able to make sure you do this. But you guys have to pick up. You have to lift the finger to go and check this to make sure that your business is effectuating. So, anything else, Missy, that I missed? I think you did a good job covering all that. But
Thank you. And no, just if anyone has any questions, I or their marketing rep will be happy to help walk them through any of this, show them how, to get in, have access. We're here to help.
yep. So no excuse for this. There's no excuse for letting a policy, other than the client, like, look, we can't just make them pay it, but there's no excuse for this to go by, and we should never hear an agent say, well, I didn't know that policy didn't effectuate. You have all the information that you need at your fingertips here. So, there's just no excuse for this. So I hope this helps. If we can help, obviously call us, Missy, Blue Cross, agent support. You got a lot of help at your fingertips here. So, guys, let's get this done. And Missy, I appreciate your time today as well.
Thank you, Roy.
Yep. Thank you, guys.